Hi guys, a video on expanding binomial products. You might be familiar, last year you would have done binomial products such as x plus 3, this is an example obviously. Okay, so expanding that expression to eliminate the brackets. You might have used something called FOIL, okay, which is just a mnemonic device to remember first, outer, inner, last. I'm not going to go through all that, hopefully you remember it. Hopefully some of this will jog your memory. Okay, the second thing I wanted to talk about was when you have a square root number or a surd times itself, what happens? So the square root of 5 times the square root of 5 is also known as the square root of 5 squared. Okay, we're timesing it by itself. Okay, if you square root and square a number, you end up with just a number. Okay, it's like the square root and the square are opposite things. It's like timesing a number by 2 and then dividing by 2, you end up with a number. So if you see the square root of 5, it is actually squared. It is actually 5. Okay, and it works with coefficients as well. So if I have square root of 2 root 5 times, let's say 3 root 5. Okay, square root 2 root 5 times 3 root 5. Now, as you know from previous chapters, 2 times 3, we multiply the coefficients, so that's 6. Now, root 5 times root 5, as we've seen up the top there, is just 5. Okay, so not 65, we're timesing those numbers. So it actually becomes 6 times 5, which is 30. Okay, so this is an important concept because this is going to happen a lot in this next example. So moving on to the examples. These were taken from, or similar to the book examples. Okay, I might give myself a little bit more room here. Just here and here. Okay, so we're going to apply our binomial product rule, or FOIL, to expand these brackets here. Okay, so the first two terms are 4 times root 2. Okay, all these get multiplied together. So 4 times root 2, hopefully you can see that that's 4 root 2. Okay, the next one, so the outer terms, 4 times negative 3 is going to be negative 12. Okay, so 4 times negative 3, remember the negative belongs to it, is negative 12. Okay, so the next two we're doing is these inner two here, and this is where we get our root 2, so plus root 2 times root 2. Okay, now we should know from what I was just saying before that that's equal to 2. I'll do that in the next line, I'll simplify it in the next line. But the last term we have here is finally this last one here, square root of 2 times negative 3, which will be negative 3 root 2. Okay, so I'll just simplify that out. Okay, so we've got that. I've changed all this to just 2. And now we do our collecting of like terms. Okay, so we should have some root 2's here, like that. And we also have some constants, or just numbers, that will add and subtract together as well. So 4 root 2, take away 3 root 2 is just root 2. Negative 12 plus 2 is negative 10. Okay, so that's your answer. That's in the simplest form. Okay, moving on to this second one here. We use the same process. 3 root 2 times, oops. So we do the first. Okay, so first, outer, inner, and the last terms here. And we're multiplying them all together. Okay, so I might do that over here. Give myself a bit of room. Okay, so 3 root 5 times 2 root 5 is 6 times 5, which is going to be 30. Okay, so you could probably do this all in line. I will do it. Let's work them all out. Okay, so that's 3 root 5 times 2 root 5. Okay, our outer is 3 root 5 times 3, which is equal to 9 root 5. Okay, our inners are negative 1 times 2 root 5, which is negative 2 root 5. And the last one's there is negative 1 times 3, which is equal to negative 3. Okay, so there are our 4 terms. Okay, 30, 9 root 5, negative 2 root 5, and negative 3. Okay, so let's put all those together. Okay, as one thing, 30 plus, okay, by the way, if any of these are positive, okay, you put a plus in front of them in the end expression. So This one's a negative, so negative 2 root 5. And then finally minus 3. Okay, again, we've got our root 5 terms. They simplify together, and 30 and negative 3. Okay, putting it all together, it's going to be 30 take away 3 is 27. And 9 root 5 take away 2 root 5 is positive 7 root 5. Okay, and that's the answer. Alright, so have a go at a couple of those. I'm going to do a separate video for these ones here, which is all in the same chapter. I'll upload this and do another video.